Welcome back and thank you for tuning in. Please do excuse this past couple of weeks. I actually was feeling pretty sick and was unable to create content and do research as I would have liked. However, I'm feeling 100% now and ready to rock and roll to keep you guys updated. I also do believe that it's good to take a break from all the news because really, if you're always paying attention to the news and what's going on, then you're going to you might have mixed emotions from every little piece of article that you might read, or every piece of news that came out for whatever project you are following. In this case, we're talking about Pundi X. But if you're interested in XRP and other assets, definitely stay tuned as more of those videos will follow as well. I thought that this was a good starting point just because something happened very interesting with Pundi X last month, and we're here on Medium's page. They actually do the monthly recap article, so I think that's pretty sweet, and that's right exactly where we're headed. Now, they did something called Crypto Bull, which I will discuss later in the video, which I think it could potentially help everyday consumer, everyday investor or speculator to potentially grow their assets that they already hold. And I think it might slightly be a more less risk as opposed to day trading, but I mean, it's still a concept and it's still being worked on. I believe they accepted roughly 100 participants. They got over that, of course. But anyways, let's just continue and look at the article straight ahead. One of the interesting things that happened last month was that the XPOS handy actually went on sale, which I think personally is a great thing, because think about it, some merchants might not have wanted to purchase it at roughly $300 US, but they were actually wanting to try the XPOS systems. But hey, why pay 300 just for an upgrade that will do essentially what this one does, just with added benefits? But the added benefits are still not necessarily mainstream yet, so would they really benefit? With that being said, I think that this sizable discount could have pushed them in the right direction of, hey, you know what, we are moving towards a more monetary digitization in the world, so why not go ahead and take the investment now and potentially do much better in the future? And I think that's my main reason why I thought this was pretty great news. Along with that, I think that Pundi X with their XPOS device are definitely ahead of the competition as far as crypto payments and how easy it is to purchase a water bottle or groceries at the grocery stores with your crypto without the necessity of using real tangible cash. Now, moving down, one of the cool things is that they also added on the X wallet the USDT support in the X wallet and the XPOS system, and that kind of falls into something that I mentioned just now, which essentially was that the more assets that the XPOS can hold and the more things that it can do, the better it can thrive later on. Because you got to think about it, if it's just stuck at one phase and it's just stuck with, like, let's say 5 assets, then down the road it's not going to be able to sustain. It would need to be upgraded. So I think that all of these small victories, such as adding USDT to the XPOS and the X wallet, is actually a great one. It might not be the biggest accomplishment, but it's definitely a step towards the right direction. Now, here we are. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this is Crypto Bull. Now, looking at the video, in which I will leave, and in the descriptions below, I leave a link to this actual website, so you can actually go ahead and click on their video and check that out, or I might just leave the actual YouTube video from Pundi X themselves. However, I'm just gonna go over my understanding of the video, and I won't actually play it because I believe it's not really that short. But anyhow, Crypto Bull is essentially a new way to grow your assets, allegedly risk-free. How it works is pretty much just like, to my understanding, let's say there's 2 packages, A and B. B essentially says that the value of NPXS is going to go higher, so you're bullish, and then did I say B? And then A, I think I said B the first time. And then A is going to pretty much do the exact opposite. You pretty much bearish on NPXS. So pretty much, let's say the one person puts it into B, which believes that the price of NPXS is going to go up, and they put $10. And then the other person puts it into A, which they believe the price is going to go down, and they put in $10. So pretty much, if after 7 days the price of NPXS goes up, let's say it's at 10 cents and it goes up to 20 cents, then the person that was bullish on that specific package, I guess they chose, then they would receive NPXS worth at 10 cents because that's when they essentially put the bid. So they would essentially benefit, double their money in that specific package. Now, the other one, since they said it went down, if NPXS was to go down in 7 days, then the exact same thing would happen. Well, not exact same thing. What would happen is, if if NPXS loses value, then you would buy at that lower value as opposed to the 10 cents that you were initially essentially bidding on. And I think that's pretty amazing because excuse me. I think that's pretty amazing just because it gives users a way to essentially gamble per se. And the reason I say gamble is because unless you do your actual research and you try to like actually use trends and all that, like all these different trends that you can add together to be like make a more educated guess. I guess that's the way I should have put it. But I think that is great because I think it will benefit a lot of people. I personally am very excited to try it, and just like it says here, there was only 100 slots, which I wish I would have heard about this earlier, but there were only 100 and they received over 150 interested. So again, I think that's pretty great, and I think a lot of people are actually looking at Pundi X, but I think it's more of a question mark because the entire crypto market is a big question mark. And that pretty much does it. There's other little things on here that you can also check out, but I think this was one of the most exciting ones for me, as long with the sale that went on for the XPOS device. And I hope that we hear more news soon about the because if you actually look at their websites, they have 3 or 4 different models for essentially the XPOS. And I personally wish or hope that we get to the point where we're creating the bigger machines and all of that. And I think we're headed there, but I think it's just a slow process till we get there. Again, this involves the whole crypto market as a whole, because as crypto becomes mainstream, then people are going to need a way to spend their cryptos, and that's essentially, like I've said before, where the XPOS comes in. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys are all safe. Take care, and see you all on the next one.